All right, guys, we're polishing off another series that we started earlier. I guess it was last week. We got BTS over here in the top right. Change that up. Barracks down here in the bottom right. And this is a great series. I was having a lot of fun with this one. Similar to the Larva Rich series. There's just been a lot of good games on the ladder series lately, so I've been really enjoying it. Hope you guys are as well. I've been laddering quite a bit lately. Practicing my Zerg. And it's been going pretty well. We're making some progress for sure. A lot of you guys are hanging out with me in those streams, so I appreciate it. It's definitely a struggle, man. Definitely a huge struggle to try to improve. And the gains are very small and incremental. But it's nice to have people to hang out with while we're doing it. Can be a little tough to chat and talk back to you guys while playing this game. It's so involved. I think it's one of the harder things to do, and I actually have so much respect for Artosis for being able to handle all the craziness that's going on in the background of his stream while also playing at an S rank level. That's even more impressive than getting S rank, is getting S rank while having all that nonsense in the background. It's something else. So props to him. Definitely gotta respect it. I guess it takes a lot of practice. A lot of practice to get used to. Not sure I even want to get used to that. Anything like that. But, hey, if it pays the bills, you know what? Maybe it's worth it. We gotta find some way to make Broodwar monetizable. Gotta make it possible to support a family on that. If you want to keep going long term, that is. Just not sure that that's for me. I like hanging out with you guys and just chatting. Try not to be too ban happy. Try to just let things slide and let everybody talk however they want to. Within reason, of course. Don't want to get too crazy. We don't want to end up like, yeah, the Artosis stream, where everything is just absolutely out of control. It's good for him, but maybe it's not good for me. That's all I'm saying. What kind of build are we having here? It looks like Barracks gonna go for a 2-racks stim pressure. So he'll be coming out across the map here soon. Try to put on a little bit of pressure to BTS while he's getting ready for this transition. One thing you can do is actually lift the barracks and then walk out this direction, where the Zerg player can't see. But actually, with the vision here, he will actually see if the barracks is lifted or not, assuming he's continuously looking at that spot. Bit of a naked marine move out. This is an interesting timing from Barracks to try and hit right before BTS is ready. Also before he's ready as well, right? He's only coming out now with the medic, so if there's nothing in the natural, maybe he can get some work done. But he forced out those sunken colonies, not only 2 sunken colonies, but he also forced them out a little bit earlier than you might expect. You might normally have to make those, so kind of a win here for Barracks. Evolution Chamber at the front, buying a little time for this extra sunken colony. A little bit hard to break this with that big beefy building there at the front. Gonna tank a little bit with the Marine running forward. and then go for the kill on these sunken colonies. Sunkens are splitting their shots, but the third one has finished. With the third one finishing up here. It looks like that's going to be held. Kind of an interesting play by Barracks to bring the SCV along to try and tank damage. That's just how close it is when it comes to busting through these Sunkens at that very specific timing. It's so incredibly close that even just a couple hits from the Sunkens going on to an SCV initially could actually make the difference. So interesting to see Barracks try that. He was not successful, but he forced 3 sunken colonies. If he turned around after forcing the 3 sunks and just went home, he actually would have been in a fantastic spot. But as it stands, he's lost a few Marines. Still has all of his medics. And he has the factory up really early, too. This is a very fast factory here on 2 Barracks. So we may be seeing a armory. Yeah, armory and a Valkyrie build is coming, is on the way here. So he's going to get out with a very fast Valkyrie timing. We'll see if BTS can get in there, get some vision on this transition. He does see the floating factory. That's a pretty big tell to what's going on. Now, that factory floating out at about 6 minutes 30. You know that something weird is happening, and indeed he puts down the Hydrogen after spotting that. I'm gonna go ahead and pick off a couple more SCVs. It's like hatchery over here at the top left. Most likely just gonna go directly into lurkers and try to counter this Valkyrie play. Marines moving out on the map. Looks like he'll just rally the Valkyrie with the fight. Just try to bring it up here to help with the push. Third sunken colony is on the way, but the Marine medic is pretty powerful right now. Can he actually go for a bust? 3 medics with 3 sunken colonies should be enough to hold. Can kind of stick around, keep killing off some more SCVs. Still has 7 mutas here, so 1-shot potential on those SCVs. There's a few more of those kills. He's actually ahead in workers now, so as long as he survives this upcoming push with the Valkyries, he's going to be in a great spot. Another kill there. Keep on cycling around. He can come from this high ground right here. He can get some very strong kills. That's why we got 3 turrets right by that bottom corner, by the way. The 3 turrets are trying to defend against mutas coming in and just hitting right there. Just 3 sunkens. I don't know if 3 sunkens is enough, actually. You know what? I think BTS might have messed up here. I can't believe he only made 3 sunkens. Lurker eggs are on the way, but Marines are just busting through. Yeah, he's cooked. That's unfortunate. BTS had an amazing position, but this Valkyrie attack will absolutely annihilate the position. GG. Ooh, I'm not sure. Let me just quickly go back here. I'm sorry. I just want to see when the lurker upgrade actually finished, because I thought it was... Oh, okay. Looks like he started it kind of late. Let's just see when he makes the Hydrogen. So he makes the Hydrogen 7 minutes. He starts the upgrade. You need more sunken colonies here. When's the upgrade gonna finish? Move some Hydras out. I think he wanted to send the Hydras over to the top left. But, like, there's a big Marine group out here. He sent the Hydras over. Yeah, a little bit surprised that BTS didn't take this more seriously. The bus timing here from Barracks is pretty good, and we're going to jump right into our next game. Sorry about that. So, BTS doing a great job dealing a lot of damage in that last game with his mutas. And understanding the timing of Barracks as well. He knew that he was going for Valkyries, and He immediately went into his Hydra Den, but underestimating the busting power of Barracks at that moment, thought that 3 sunken colonies alone would be enough. A bit unfortunate. We're not going to see a longer game there, but we got BTS now in the bottom left-hand corner. It's pretty common, pretty typical that BTS has very short games. It's what we've come to expect from him. Very technical and aggressive Zerg player. Always searching for the win. Not really a fan of the when ahead, get more ahead. More of a end the game as soon as possible type of player. He's here. Getting set up with what looks like a 2 hatchery play, but could be a 2.5 hatchery. Depending on his mineral optimizations and exactly how many drones he got before grabbing this gas. Layer at the natural. Marines heading out on the map here for Barracks. And he is going to get his CC on the way. Oh, he catches an Overlord on the left-hand side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that is incredibly painful. Sucks to be supply blocked at 18. It's even worse when you lose an Overlord at 18. He probably should have made a sunken colony here. He might actually die. He makes 4 lings and he's going to try and hide them. Okay, he's got 4 lings hiding behind the mineral patches. Gonna bring them out here. Can he actually get the surround? Just kill. Okay, the lings are coming out in a bit of a weird pattern, and it looks like they're not gonna do so hot. 5 more sets of lings are gonna be made. A little bit of an overcommitment potentially, but there's gonna be a bunker now made, and these Marines are gonna slip in behind. They are, some of them are super low. Oh, he's even gonna make a sunken colony. He's gonna have 10 lings. Can he just get over here? Oh, he's gonna counter. 10 lings going for the counter. Is Barracks gonna be prepared for that? He's only got 3 Marines in the natural. He cancels the bunker. Bunker has been canceled, guys, and I think that Barracks might actually die now. Oh boy. Oh boy, a bit of a miscalculation here for Barracks, thinking that he's definitely gonna deal with that that bunker first, but instead just going directly for the counterattack. This turned out wonderfully here for our Zerg player. Gonna get rid of this medic. Moving into the main base, gonna kill off some more SCVs, and everything's gonna be popping out on the outside here. So that's pretty darn rough. Like, this Firebat's stuck, kind of nestled in the corner right there. SCVs are doing a pretty good job of holding things off. eBay's going to be delayed, though. eBay for sure delayed here. More Firebats being made. Drones. Oh my goodness, drones out on the map. More lings coming. It's going to run through into the natural again. I believe the Barracks is dead. I don't see him stabilizing from this position. It's a little bit too rough at this point. Firebat's going to help out a lot, but he gets a good surround on it. Very good surround there. Getting rid of the Firebat and then continuing to work on these SCVs. More lings arrive. And these Marines behind the mineral patch, they're just not quite going to cut it, man. Yes, they're denying quite a lot of mining. But now the Spire is done. And lings are still dealing damage. Still killing SCVs over here. I'm gonna go ahead and kill another SCV. 1 more SCV. Can he get it? Looks like he just barely gets that kill. 2 more, actually. Wow. 2 more kills on these SCVs. Mutas are gonna fly in. As soon as the mutas hit about 5, that 5 count, that's when things are gonna get game ending for sure. 20 workers to 15 drones. 20 SCVs to 15 drones. Not very many workers overall. on either side. Go after these SCVs, see if he can stop the turret. Turret does finish. These mutas are pretty low. One Marine here. He gets a kill on one of the mutas with the Marine. That actually might be very important right now. Barely going to survive. Oh, he targets the barracks there rather than a Marine. Looks like he will continue to take control over this area. Marines heading out on the map. Not sure where they were headed. They're going to go ahead and walk back home. And there it is. Too many mutas in the main base. The game will end. Man, that was a pretty wild one. BTS, absolute madman, just building lings and going across the map when there's a bunker behind. I'm going to have to try that, actually. Because this happens to me sometimes, too. Where you end up losing an overlord somewhere out on the map, and then they attack you with the Marines and build a bunker. That exact series of events has happened to me before, but I never thought to just counter. Never crossed my mind to just go directly across the map with all my lings. I'm always just trying to get rid of that bunker as best I can, but the sunken colony makes sense. You build the sunken, the bunker can't finish, so you can't kill the layer, and the Marines can't run by into the main base either. You're just gonna keep making lings and go across the map, try to kill. He had a pretty poor economy to do this with, but the lings just got the damage that he needed, and GG. We're jumping into the next one. BTS spawning over here at 12 o'clock. Barracks in the center right. I don't know if you guys enjoy these really scrappy ZVT games or really scrappy short games in general. Let me know in the comments below if you do, because I know it's probably more popular to watch nice long macro games with big epic battles and conclusions. But I'm a pretty big fan of these short technical games as well. And you get to see two build orders meet each other and things get a little bit hairy. One person slightly comes out ahead and you end up in an interesting situation. Occasionally, things end up going a little bit longer, but in general with BTS, that's kind of what we get. We just get these crazy quick games where he tries something wild, and the games do end up going, are ending pretty quickly. Setting up here. Got BTS with the hatch first. Ooh, second barracks out on the map. That's a sick build. We also saw this in the ASL, although it was placed a little bit differently, but it's a basic normal wall-in with a second racks out on the map hidden. So the only way that you can really tell that this is what's going on is if you scout it, of course, or you see the timing on the CC, and that's really, those are really the only ways. Oh my gosh, is he gonna go over there? It's like, not yet. Drone's gonna come in. Sees no CC. It's not quite time for the CC just yet. Is he gonna suspect this, though? Bunker has been made in the natural. Creep colony in response. Gonna be made here by BTS. Cancels. Second bunker. Alright, creep colony cancels and moves forward. He needs to be in range of these bunkers. And okay, I think he just saw that a Marine was coming from a different angle than expected. Let's see if he can react to this. Yeah, he sees it. He sees the second bunker. Gonna move forward here, jumping out of the bunker. Trying to get in range here to start hitting these sunkens, but the sunken is done. Will he pull more SCVs? More SCVs to come in and help out here? Third bunker, by the way. Oh, he can actually hit. It looked like he could hit the SCV there. Oh, this sunken colony is getting close to going down, actually. The sunken colony is being targeted. Uh-oh. Not a good situation here for BTS. He's actually going to tap out. GG is called. The triple bunker is going to win the fight here. Let's just watch that back one more time on ×2 speed. So, what did BTS see? Sense out the drone. Sees one Marine here. Pressure is coming. Second Marine. He knows there's going to be a bunker rush. He decided to just go with full-on sunken colonies to deal with this. And if he'd placed that sunken colony a little better, a little faster, I think he would have been in a okay spot. But yeah, all he sees is just tons of bunkers going down here at the front. That's such a big commitment to the bunkers here. But it's absolutely worth it if you can get the kill. So this bunker can actually hit this sunken colony. How funny is that? This bunker can't hit this sunken, but this bunker can hit this sunken. They're on the same line, and these are on the same line. But I guess if it was over one more hex, I think it would be out of range. However, this bunker would definitely be in range, and he could definitely transfer over to that one. I thought I saw one of these sunken colonies hit the SCV. Yeah, I thought that was right. I think it would be great if you would just target down the SCVs here. If you target the SCVs with the sunken colony, then the Lings can kill the bunker way better. They have way better chance of killing the bunker. That extra repairing is what slowed it down so much and made it so hard. But if he was able to target down the SCVs, then he had a much better chance. Also, right here, the sunken colony should kill at least one of the Marines, but it looks like he doesn't get a single kill on the Marines with the sunken, and that is really painful. Not getting a single kill there. Absolutely heinous. Can't believe that didn't end up working for him. He also mined a lot of gas when he probably shouldn't have. Definitely should pull those drones over to here instead, but it is what it is, guys. Another super quick game here, but a pretty cool strategy. And one, again, we've seen in the ASL here from Barracks. Just bust them open early. Let's jump into our next game. Barracks spawning over here in the top right-hand corner. BTS, top left. Wonder if we're going to see some more cheese here. You guys just going to go back and forth, stealing each other's ladder points with cheese? Or I guess it's mostly been Barracks so far. He's probably... You know what? He's probably sick of BTS. I don't even know if they know who each other are on these different accounts, but... He's probably starting to recognize that barcode. Of course. That's pretty recognizable. The ZXCXC, ZXC. Pretty recognizable there. So... Probably getting tired of BTS's shenanigans and just wants to get over there and get the kill as soon as possible. Oh, CC first. CC first. All right. I'm surprised to see him do that after doing early rushes so many times in a row. You would expect that after the Zerg gets bunker rushed 2 or 3 times, probably they're going to open pool, early pool against you eventually, right? Eventually they're going to open early pool, but I guess he's going to get away with it. And so BTS is going to come over here and find this. I don't think he's going to be too happy. I'm never really thrilled when I find out that the Terran has gotten away with such an early CC. Drone, of course, coming over here to harass. It's unfortunate he didn't gas trick out a 10th drone to come and do the harassment, because if he arrived here right at the beginning when the CC was starting, he could have gotten so much damage. I've ended games with that early drone before. where you're just dealing so much damage to the SCVs. They have to pull so many that the game is basically over. If you get a couple of kills. If you get a kill on one of these buildings, any one of these buildings, the building SCV, and they didn't have another one coming right away, throws off their timings by an immense amount. So as it stands, BTS gets a little damage, a tiny bit of a slowdown, but he's still in a bit of a rough spot. Barracks got that CC first, and it looks like he's going into mech. CC first into mech is one of the dirtiest things in this game, in TVZ especially. It is crazy how hard it is to deal with. CC first into mech. It is a nasty, nasty build. That's the reason why Flash has been using it. I've seen him pull that out quite a bit. It's so hard to deal with. It's like, it really is like Nexus first cross spawn, in my opinion. CC first into mech. So you can't really deal any damage to it if you didn't already have everything. If you didn't have like an early pool, let's say you didn't make an overpool. Oh my gosh, Marine's just gonna run in here? Barracks is insane. Holy. I mean, he's gonna get one he's gonna get one drone, two, gets two. I mean, I guess that's worth. Sunken Colony was made as well. Oh, this is just so rough, guys. This is so rough for BTS. Sitting here on 19 drones. He's not even mining with this one, too. Oh, God. How long until he notices that? It's going to take a while, I think. Drone on the ramp. Maybe he's just leaving it there so nothing can run by. No, he's sending it. He's sending it over to the mineral patches now. Yeah, I believe that was just an error, unfortunately. Armor upgrade on the way. Pack for Terran. Air Carapace. Not armor, excuse me. And can't make anything. I cannot make anything right now. BTS having a bit of a hard time. He's having a rough day. Or at least a rough game, this one. 3 overlords gonna pop out here soon. Can start to make some mutalisks. And the pressure is on now to get an extra expansion up. Because you're not gonna crack the Terran player. It's just, it's not likely to happen. He's gonna have a bunch of turrets. Your timings have been slowed. Chitinous, or excuse me, Charon boosters is on the way. This is the mass Goliath style of mech. You can already tell because there's 3 factories. It's gonna go up to 5 here soon. He has to get out here, kill this vulture, get a drone out on the map yesterday. He has to get this drone out now. And so he will. Sending out the drone evolution chamber at the natural. Maybe he goes for Hydra and Queen to try and combat this. That might not be too bad of an idea. There goes the vulture finally. He manages to pick that up. Floating engineering bay going to be used to kill the overlord. Just another annoyance here for him to deal with. 5 queens being... These are some incredibly fast queens, guys. Wow, what am I looking at, actually? That's wild. That is really, really quick. He's going to get broodling soon. At least start the upgrade here in a moment. +1 attack on the Hydras is coming up now. And only the 3rd base. So only 1 extra expansion right now for BTS. I would have thought he would take a 4th as well. Just try to double expo. That's what I tend to try to do in situations where I'm against mech. Just take multiple bases. Like take another base down here or something. Get some sunken colonies on high ground. It makes it just so much harder for the Terran player to deal with. Oh, he got a starport and a science facility, so it's not just Goliath mech. It's going to be upgrade mech. Generally, when you see upgrade mech, it's off of 2-fact. But because he went for the CC first, I believe that's why he can afford this much. That is pretty awful here for BTS. He's really going to have a hard time dealing with this, I imagine. He's going to go ahead and start mining these minerals. Yeah, no need to get gas here. Might even want to pull gas off of the natural. That's something I've experimented with a little bit. Just because oftentimes with builds like this, I end up with way too much gas and not enough minerals. And then later, not enough gas and too many minerals. That's kind of the way it goes. In the early game, you really need all the minerals you can get in order to get these hatches up as soon as possible, really ramp up your production. And then you need gas later when you're actually making all of the high-tech units like queens and mutas and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes pulling off of this gas can be good. And then just get, you know, double gas at the same time when you're ready. Switch it into production full time. Sitting here on 4 hatcheries. Where are all those queens, by the way? Okay, there they are. He knows there's not going to be a scan. So there's not really any way for the Terran to know about this, which is interesting. I guess that's a pretty interesting point, is like you can't really know that he's going queens this early. And so maybe there's a shot here for BTS that when Barracks moves out. Oh, drop coming in. Ooh, drop coming in right now. Oh, he's not ready for this at all. Is he going to use the... Okay, he's going to use his mutas to clear this. I think that's a pretty reasonable decision, honestly. Use the mutas to clear. You got to save your energy on the queens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills is pretty nasty. 6, 7, maybe 8 kills total. Pretty brutal. Down to 21. Oh my gosh. Double broodling here at the natural. Hydra is pushing in. Doing quite a lot of damage here. Bunker is empty. He's actually just shoving it down with these Hydras. This is quite the move. Quite the maneuver here from BTS. Just go on the attack now. After taking all that damage. Double. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this actually going to work? That would be crazy if this actually worked. He's just making Hydras, guys. He is running it down right now. Here comes the mutas as well. Oh, more Hydras are on the way. Here's another queen. There's another tank on the high ground. Can he get it? Oh, the snipe there. That's so unfortunate. If the queen dies before the broodling hits, then it does not count. Third base, actually, over here on the right-hand side. I don't think he even knows about that. Otherwise, he'd probably go over there and kill it. He should be able to see it now. Yeah, he does see it now. Hopefully going to be able to deal with that. At least deal some damage to it. Hydra's coming in from the left-hand side. Gotta worry about these tanks back here. Still on 21 workers. Just going to go for broke. Can he actually... shut down this base? 2 tanks moving into position. Does he have any energy on these queens? He does not. Queens here just going to stand and witness as the Hydras try to push forward. Going after the tanks now with these mutas. Muta's going to pull back for the time being on top of the command center. He would love to infest that right now because he does not have the damage to kill it off entirely. He's looking for the infest. He's actually trying to target this CC. Does he have energy? Not quite enough energy. Oh, it's so close. He needs 20 seconds, 17 seconds before he can start to utilize those again. Oh, man. Just not quite there. Just not quite there. Here comes more queens, more Hydras as well. Still on 21 workers. You can see he's got like nothing. Absolutely nothing going on back at home for BTS. He's going to come forward again. See if he can't just win right here, right now. When these queens become operational. There's going to be 4 broodlings. There's potential here for BTS. Can't be getting hit by these tanks, though. Here comes the 4 broodlings. 1, 2, 3. And here comes the 4th now. More tanks making their way up. 4th broodling does connect. These are some great trades. But on a third of the economy of your opponent, with only 27 workers, it's not quite going to cut it. 6 drones on the way, so BTS has to transition. I think it was a very interesting play from BTS. This was really cool. A really cool idea for how to play against this very difficult build. Get 5 queens super early on. Build up the energy and then just make a ton of hydras and attack in while broodlinging down all of the tanks. It almost worked. I would say if that drop didn't get as much damage as it did, he would have won this game. If he had Burrow, for instance, I think he would have won this game. He could have just rallied the hydras straight across the map, and I think he would have had enough. I do. I think he would have had enough to deal with that, to win those fights. Now it's looking bad. Now it's looking really rough. +2 is done, but 2-1 is finished here for the Terran, and the factory count is getting quite high. A lot of tanks are being made. Another drop gets shut down. That's something here for BTS. Shutting down the drop, preventing more damage at the very least from occurring. Drone going to be grabbing a base down here at bottom left, but he's on even bases and far behind in workers. That's never a good scenario. Going to have to get incredibly scrappy and efficient with every single unit he has remaining. Wants to come in here, see if he can't get some tank snipes. Oh, going to lose a queen. Yeah, queen goes down. Just gonna take what he can get here. Cast some broodlings on some Goliaths. That's not what you're looking for, but it's the best he can do in this current moment. I just spread out everywhere. See these vultures might actually try to run by again. Get in here, get some damage. Not gonna happen. BTS on top of that will end up shutting down that run by, but the army is looking a little bit unbeatable at this point. The ominous double buildings flying out here on the map. Engineering bay plus barracks. Oh no! Oh, the queens! Why are they sitting in the middle of the map? Oh, that's so unfortunate. 3 queens go down without casting their broodlings. They're going to go ahead and put some parasite on these units. Which one actually had the parasite? There it is. Parasite detected. Now I can see he has full vision of the army, and he knows exactly how screwed he is at this point. 40 supply in deficit. No energy on any of these queens as the tanks roll forward. It's looking kind of over. BTS roam around the bottom side, loses another queen for free. This tank army too big to contend with. A lot more queens have been made. Waiting on energy upgrade right now. Not sure if he's going to have the opportunity to get that at any point. Goliaths moving forward. Going to have 3-2 in a moment. 3-2 is going to be an insanely powerful spike for this Terran army. Hydras are buying time by running around the outside. He can still run down this way. Try to avoid losing all of these. Gonna dive on top of some of the Goliaths, but this is a losing battle he will have to retreat from. Army moving through the middle of the map. Just a small army. Might have an opportunity to pick that off. Still no units at the 4th base. Still no workers at the 4th base. So I think that we're going to see Barracks close this one pretty darn soon. +3 is now done. Triple tank here at the front. Not enough energy on these queens for broodling. And even if they did have it, I still think he would lose. Even if he got all 12 broodlings correctly on each on an individual tank, cleared out all of these tanks, all 12 tanks, there would still be 3 tanks left over, and there would be a ton of Goliaths here to wreak havoc on BTS. BTS going to avoid this army as best he can for now, but it's coming up on his 3rd base now, and that's just not, it's just not a workable scenario. He's got to fight somewhere. Looks like he's heading what appears to be towards the 3rd base. 3rd base going to be under assault here in a moment. Hydra's trying to make their way up onto the 12 o'clock. Broodling's going to come down now. Some of these queens are definitely going to lose their lives as he tries to come across this bridge. Very difficult to shove it down there. 90 supply to 180. It's looking kind of cooked. No queen over here to try and infest that. That would have been pretty sick if he infested that command center right now. Trying to force the Terran army to come into an awkward position so he can get these great broodlings. He actually gets some pretty good ones down. But the army is going to loop around now and shut down all of these Hydras. Another base down here going up in the bottom right-hand corner now. And that's about all she wrote, guys. Hydra's here making one last desperate counterattack over towards the 12 o'clock, but the army size is way too big. And the last of the Hydras are going to fall. Queens come in to try and get a few broodlings down, but they can't do much. And he will tap out. GG. That's the end of the series, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Kind of an interesting move. You know what? I'm going to just go back and look at that move again, because I found that to be really, really cool from BTS. So when exactly did he make the queens? Let's just see here. The queen's nest finishes, and has he even made mutas yet? No, he did make mutas. Yeah, he was flying around. He just killed the vulture down here in the bottom left-hand corner. I remember that. Then he just goes ahead and makes queens. Makes 5 queens all at the same time. We're gonna hide them in this corner. And then it was time to make Hydras. Just pure Hydra production. You can see he's gonna go up to 32 workers on 3 bases. And just prepare for this attack. Non-stop Hydraless production. You can just imagine how much different this game would have been had that drop not gotten in. Had he been able to stop that drop ship, things would have been so much different. Unfortunately, he didn't place overlords in this dead space near to his natural, and he was busy running around chasing down vultures rather than defending back at home as the drop came in. You can see him kind of out on the map right now, just dealing with mines and stuff. This is definitely a good part of his plan to get rid of the... You need to get rid of the mines to make sure that there's an opening for the Hydras to come across the map. But he ends up taking way too much damage, dropping down a full 11 workers right before this attack came in. So here he goes. 4 queens here. I think there are some more, actually. There was 5. Yeah, there's one in the middle of the map. I'm not sure why it's there. But he comes in with the queens. He's going to hit those 2 all-important broodlings. And he's got the +1 attack. Has a ton of Hydras, and he was so close to actually winning right here, honestly. He's also not bringing all of his Hydras as well, which is a bit sad. If he brings all of his Hydras all at the same time, there might have been a chance. Even gets rid of those 2. This is a great fight right now as the Goliaths are coming down the ramp. He's just gunning down SCVs like crazy. Look at how many SCVs end up falling at the end of this fight. And he doesn't quite get that tank. That's so sad. Not getting the tank there really put a damper on this attack. Because now there's 2 tanks out to challenge these Hydras that are coming in. And yeah, he just does not have the production, guys. He's just got lots of larvae sitting around. Does not have the production to deal that damage. That is a really cool strategy, though. I'm a big fan of it. I'd love to see that play out in an ASL game sometimes, guys. Thank you again for watching. Make sure to like the video. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters and the channel subscribers as well, the channel members. Much love to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.